Okay, guys, how's it going today? So, that's right. Actually, it's not too bad out though. It's actually no wind for a freaking one, so it's really, really nice out. Maybe like 20 above, maybe. Plastic. But anyways, I got a couple things here I want to tell you guys. It's something I want to show you. But first thing first, I know I've been telling some YouTubers on the septic tank problem that I'm having once again. My tank is not getting full like it should be. There's nothing even coming through the pipe at all. Because I haven't sucked my tank yet. It's been about a week and a half now since the last time I did it, and my tank hasn't gotten any fuller. And I don't think the Radex would really be doing that quick, getting that tank empty that fast. So, I think what's going on, I called the plumber, my plumber there, not the first one, second one, the one that I like. Okay, so, and I kind of was explaining the problems to him. He's like, well, he says that he's been getting a lot of complaints of cracked pipes, obviously, because he said that's like a 4-inch pipe, and he said that he's had a lot of calls where the ground has shifted and it has cracked the pipes. So, he says, and I told him too that I'm not having any backup issues. I told him that it was gurgling, or it has been gurgling. My mom said she didn't hear anything this morning, so he was thinking that maybe the pipe, he's thinking more that maybe it's broken, the pipe finally cracked. And he also said too that it would take time for the water to go from, say, like the bathtub to the tank, and I don't think it would take that long. So, because I actually ran steaming hot water for like 10 minutes, and I actually ran out of hot water, and it never came out that pipe. So he's thinking that either the pipe is frozen or the pipe is broken and all the water's just pouring straight into the ground. So he says that if we get any backup issues, then he says that he thinks that the pipe's probably frozen, and then it's obviously not going anywhere then. But see, we've never had any backup issues, so I'm thinking that the pipe is broken. Well, see, the thing is too that it must have really broke pretty good, because all the water and all the solids and everything has to be going into a big hole into the ground now because the pipe caved in. So he said that if it was a frozen pipe thing, he says that he could bring his steamer down, I guess it's whatever he's got there, and he would steam the pipe up, and it would probably melt any ice that was there. So there, I don't know, but I tried to get a hold of him in the morning. He didn't answer his cell phone. I called the office. His wife said he wasn't there. So I called him back on his cell phone, and I left him a message, and I said, well, can you give me a call back and stuff? And he called me back about 20 minutes later. So that right there tells me that, he's a plumber and he actually cares about his customers. So that plumber, I think I'll be most likely sticking with him. Plus, he's not a cocksucker either. He knows what he's doing. So, but I kind of hope that it's not a broken pipe, because if that pipe's broken, that whole thing's going to have to get replaced, and that's going to cost thousands. To dig it up, order the new pipes, replace it all into the tank, and it wouldn't be good. So, yeah, that's another problem I'm having, but like I said, it's not backing up or anything, so I guess as long as it's not backing up. He said that if it's not backing up, I guess through the bathtub, because the bathtub is what's dumping a lot of water down. It's dumping a lot of gallons per minute down there, so he says if it's not backing up after you dumping 10-20 minutes worth of water in, he says then it's not going to back up really with a toilet or a sink. So he said just keep on doing what you're doing. Call him when you have another problem, or if it gets worse. So, and we've been doing okay, but I think I'll have him. It's just a truck idling, but yeah, I'll probably have him come. If we don't get the problem any worse, come spring, I'm probably just gonna have him maybe snake that pipe, or if he has like a camera that's mounted on a snake buoy, maybe he can snake it with the camera on and see if maybe the pipe's broken. Because if it's broken, then I'm just gonna have him replace it, and obviously we'll be done with that. But so yeah, it's kind of not cool, but I guess whatever, you know, because we're not really having any problems. So yeah. So hopefully, hopefully we won't have any problems for a wee while. But if we do, we do. But we'll just have to, I guess, just live with it. So, but anyways, I have another store here, and I even got something really cool to show you. And I got this for freaking dirt cheap. Well, my sister paid for it, but I'm gonna pay her back on payday. This thing I got right here was originally almost $200. I got it for $30. And I've never heard of this brand, but I tested it in my house and it works pretty good. But since it's 15 amps, I don't know if it'll run on my extension cord, because I got a 13 amp most of the way. So I have one 15 amp cord that's only a 25 footer, but coming out here it's a 15, or it's a 13. But anyways, my sister's workplace they ship things, like if someone wants to haul. Like if you're a trucker and you're hauling stuff across the border, you have to get, you know, paper signed and stuff. Well, my sister's job kind of does a little bit of that. And there was a shipment that was supposed to go through, I guess, to Canada. And the trucker, I don't know what happened exactly. I guess the trucker gave up on the load or something. They went bankrupt too, and they lost the load. And my sister's workplace is giving them away for $30 when originally they're like $200. My sister got one herself. Mine's black with the wooden grain color. It looks I thought it was red, but it's more of a woody color, and I really like it. It's kind of nice. And my sister got kind of like a darker brown. I was thinking about going with the dark brown one, but I seen this black and I was like, ooh, I kind of like that one better. So I got the black one. My sister got a brown one. They had like a white, kind of like maybe this kind of a white wood color, but nicer, you know. So it was that light color. And my sister got one, and she said that she's going to keep hers for backup. Now, she does live in an apartment, but she thinks that because she's been thinking about getting a townhouse. So, or a house or whatever it is that she wants. She wants her own place, you know. And she wants something for a little bit of backup in case she has problems. And I simply just got one because it's a deal of a lifetime. So, and I even seen these sitting at Promida one time too, and I was like, oh, I want one of those so bad. I bet you that son of a bitch would do good here in the shop. I bought it mostly for the shop, but like I said, I don't know if my extension cord is going to take the load, but we'll find out. If not, then I'm going to have to order that 20 amp wire from Home Depot, and then put the 15 amp plug-ins on the end and just run that to an outlet and run it out here. I mean, that's really all I would run on that cord anyway. If I did run one out here, it'd just be this nice little device. Or it could be my air compressor too, but yeah, I had this thing running in my house, and this fucker gets hot. Let me flip this camera around here and I can show you. Okay, I just want to make sure my camera was working. Okay, this is what we got. This is a heater. Yes, it is. This is like a non-oiled heater. See, this one down there, I got it's oiled, and that son of a bitch takes forever to heat up. So I got this son of a bitch here. The problem with this is that this is 15 amps. That's 12.5. So, but this thing, I had it cranked up to like 70. It just blows the air out like a son of a bitch. It's got a filter on the back maybe you can see it, I don't know. There's a filter down in there somewhere. There's a fan inside. It sucks all the cold air from wherever, and then it runs it through the heater there and pushes it out. Now I did not get this thing going because I got this one already plugged in, but it accidentally did turn on me, but the lights kind of flickered a little bit, so I don't know. I think 15 amps is the max load it can possibly take. It probably could do under that, but on there it recommends 15 or up, so I don't know if this will take the load or not. But it works really nice. I've just been kind of playing around with it. We'll turn it on. And I got the temperature set. See, there that goes the lights. It just went dim. I got it set on 55 right now. I might actually turn that down. We'll push set. And we'll push down. Just so it doesn't take quite so much power to heat it. But my lights did flicker. I could actually turn off my shop top lights. Yeah, because I don't really need those on anyway. And I guess it's got a delay timer on it, so it'll kick on and off. Set temp, which is, you push your set button and set it. And then the last one, I guess that when that lights up, the heater will turn on. Now, so that's just the thing inside turning on, but the fan hasn't come on yet. So right there, that could damage it right there. So, but it's only set on 50, so it's not going to really get super hot. But it's really cold out here too, so it's going to need quite a bit of power. But like I said, this is 15 amps, and the cord running out here is 13, and then I got a 15 on the other end. So, but you're not going to get a full 15 through 15 amps through a 13 amp cord. It's just not going to happen. So the worst thing we could do is probably just end up tripping a breaker or something, or I don't know. That thing would probably trip, because I think that's 15 amps. And with the lights already, that would already probably trip it. So there comes the heater. There comes the fan. So the fan's on. And 50 degrees is not bad. It's not bad. See, it blows the air at you. This thing just has to heat up the frickin' coils. That's what's stupid. And it even said in the book, this thing will heat up whatever it touches. So if it's hitting me right now, so it's going to heat my body up. And it's only set on 50 degrees, and that feels nice, damn nice. So, but I got it set on a low temperature, so it won't take too much draw. But I have an old T-shirt I'm going to throw up in there. I forgot to bring it. You see that daylight coming through? I'm going to throw it up in there, and that'll drain some of the air out. But this will get hotter. This kind of thing can go up to 86 degrees. So right now we'll just test it on 50. I don't know if it'll really heat the space. But see, what I liked about this is that this actually pushes the heat. This just, gently rises. This actually makes a lot of heat, so it really does nice. And it's not that cold today either, so I don't really need it up that high. But this is, I believe, it's a 1500 watt. And this is also a 1500 watt. But the amps are different, so this is a lot more powerful than... This is only 12.5. This is 15. 15 flat out, so... Right now, it could be doing 12.5. I don't know, because it's not that high. We'll actually boost the temperature. We'll go to 55. And then, of course, they'll say good. And it'll blink. But the problem with this heater is that this takes up a lot of workspace, as you can tell. It's a fairly big unit. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. This one's a little better because you can sit it right on the floor, but see, that's why it takes so long to heat up, because it's heating the floor. See, this would actually be nice if I was working on a bench, right? And this is sitting here in the corner. Well, it'll, all the heat right at me. And it can get air because there's nothing behind it, so it'll still get decent air. See, now it'll, and what's going to happen too is that once this corner of this room gets to 55 degrees, this light will turn off. Because right now it's trying to get to that temperature. So what will happen when this thing gets to a certain temperature, it'll turn the heater off, but the fan will continue to blow. It'll cool down the unit inside, and then it'll automatically shut off. I think it'll automatically shut off. Because if you turn it off, the fan will continue to run and it'll still, because it wants to cool the fins down. Right now the fins are, you know, up in there, getting pretty toasty warm, as you can see. So it does pretty good. I'm not sure how good it'll do here in the shop, but if it does better than this thing, I might just end up leaving. I bought this for here, so, but I didn't know if my extension cord would take the load, so I was figuring I'd probably end up having to run. I think I might buy that wire, that 15, or that, it was actually a 20 amp wire. Remember guys, when I was talking about that, I was just going to redneck it into an outlet, put ends on it. I think I'm going to do that, because I think all I'm going to run on that is this probably, and maybe my air compressor. Because I'd rather have that for just my lights and my grinder. So that's pretty, you know, it's not bad for 55 degrees. Never mind, I want to go warmer at. But see, it's going to take a lot of power to get that going, so once it gets to the temperature, it probably won't draw quite as much. I want to go up a little. I want to go up 2 more degrees. So, and it's really warm. I mean, my hands, my gloves are already steaming hot. You know, this is kind of more like a forced air heater, almost kind of like thing, you know. Where this gets hot after a few seconds. Where this thing takes like, you know, 20-30 minutes to heat up. This can just, I can plug this in and go and see. And I'm not too far from it, you know. And I can feel the warm air hitting me, and I feel, you know, it's not hot, but, you know, decent. I'm not freezing my ass off because my front end's all getting all hot, but, you know, now my back's gonna get all nice and warm. But to heat this whole entire space, it's probably not gonna really happen, because see, it's cold over here, but then when you stand here in this spot, you got that rush of hot air coming by. So 60 degrees is not too bad, you know. I mean, it would help for sure if this shop had. I bet you if this shop had some insulation, I could probably run that at 60 degrees and leave it. So, but these things take a lot of juice to run, and I know I've had this thing running too a lot. But that thing just never really worked. I mean, it worked, but see, all that it did was that it heated the fins up. And then the heat would just gently rise. Well, see, with this, it's actually making it hot and pushing it out. And it should be getting air just fine. And the damn thing's even got wheels on it. If you can see them there. So you can roll it around pretty much. So it's not too bad. 60 degrees. So not a bad little unit. You know, these sons of bitches originally went for, you know, like I said, almost $180, $200, and I got it for $30, you know. Well, the company went bankrupt or whatever, and truckers didn't want to come and claim their loads, so her company's giving them away pretty much. I mean, that's fairly freaking cheap, you know, $30, you know. And there was a lady that works at my sister's workplace too, and she bought like fucking 10 of these things. So, but she says she likes running these kind of things better than running propane, I guess, or whatever. I don't know, maybe propane's too expensive, but, you know, whatever. And these things are not designed for outdoor use. And we're not outdoors, we're in a building, so it's considered safe. So, but then they told you, they say not to run it on an extension cord. They say directly into an outlet, you know, as long as you're over 15 amps. Well, I'm not over 15 amps, so, but I'm doing okay. I don't think I'm getting full power, but, you know, I could turn the temperature up too. That would probably. So we'll go to 65. Okay. But no matter how much hotter you get it, it's the point that it's going to take so much more power to heat it. But I'm standing over here, and it's kind of somewhat chilly over here, but, you know, it's not that bad. But see, this is what I like about this unit, is that I can work on something, and I can have the air brought to me. I don't have to go stand by it, you know. So, but it's doing okay. it would probably help too if I had, insulation and stuff up, in the walls and stuff. But so, but that's honestly not too bad. I might actually just run another extension cord out here. Well, not extension cord. I might get that 20 amp wire. I'm probably have to get a couple rolls of that, and run that into the basement and into like a 15 amp plug-in. So I can at least run it on that, and I could at least that way I would be able to get maximum power out of this. Excuse me, but we won't be running these things too much longer. It should start warming up, and then in the next wee while. See, that feels pretty good, iron. See, that feels really nice. But I still wouldn't want to heat the whole shop because the shop's not insulated good enough. I bet you if you insulated this son of a bitch, you could run this thing, at max load, and it would probably do just fine. But that feels pretty good though for 65 degrees. I mean that's pretty hot. But I'm still cold. But there's also cold. There's a cold area around here too, right? But it would help too if I insulated some stuff too, right? The walls and stuff. And it says you got to check that air filter on the back once a month and stuff. Well, probably won't use it a whole heck of a lot. I'm not even gonna leave this heater back here because it's just right now. I mean, yeah, I've only had it for a couple hours and it's already dirty. But that's because the cats are retarded and they like to walk on everything that's brand new. So I don't think I'm really going to leave it back here. My mom was thinking too, we could probably even have bought another one of these and put it in the basement and heat the basement. But see, that's such a big basement. You would need like 3 of these things to even keep it warm. But that's fairly good though. I mean, it would help if I didn't have all these gaps, See there, you can feel. I can feel air getting rushed in through there because it's being pulled in. So, being pulled in because of the fan. But I think I'm going to go get that t-shirt and I'll throw it up there. And then that should also help too. I forgot to bring it. But yeah, it's not too bad in here. But it's not that bad outside either, right? It's only like 20 something out. But I'm standing here in this corner and it's not too bad. And and when I have this thing running, it's at max load too. So, I mean, it's all 1500 watts. It's all powered, it's pulling what it can. Now we're going to go up to 70. Okay. It doesn't take long for that thing to change temperatures either, so. But it's not a bad. I mean, the bad thing about it is that it's high amperage, but then you get a lot better power. You get more heat too, right? So this heater might actually do better for my shop than this old son of a bitch, So I have another heater, but that's not as good as this. So it's actually up in there somewhere. And you can see the cord hanging for it. It's not a very big thing. I actually used to use it a lot when we lived back at the farm there because my bedroom never would get heat that well because the furnaces were stupid. So, but yeah. But yeah, see, it's got that nice little wood grain to it. Maybe it'll focus. See, nice wood grain and everything. I thought it was red at one time. That's what it showed in the pictures, but no, it's red or it's orange. It's got that wooden color to it. I mean, so it's fairly nice. This might actually be the new heater for the shop come next winter. Well, next winter it should be a little insulated better in here, so it should be a little nicer. And I am going to probably run that other cord out here. I'm going to buy that 20 amp wire. Even though I won't get 20 amps because the ends will only be 15, so that's all I'm going to pull. But that's really all I need for this unit is 15 amps. They recommend 15 or up, but 15 should be more than enough. And I'm running this on a 13 amp and it's doing just fine. But I may not be getting maximum power out of this thing like I should be either. So I want to make sure I'm not burning up my cords. But since it's cold out, my cords ain't gonna get hot, so it's not good. Nothing's getting warm, so it's not even, you know. I think it's mostly when it turns on, when it first kicks on, that's when it's taking full 15 amps. But you know, it needs high amperage. But once it gets going, you know, then it's usually alright, and it doesn't require as much power. But see, I like this heater better because I'm actually standing here, and I'm decently warm. I'm not freezing compared to this thing when I have it running. So I don't know if my phone's not focusing there. I can't tell if my phone's focusing or not. Should be, yeah. So this heater does much better. I actually like it. I'm not gonna leave it back here because it's too nice right now. They're talking, you know, upper 20s, but even sometimes at night it's gonna get into 20s. So I may not even run this heater much. I might actually put this down in the basement and run it at full blast and see what it'll do down there for basement wise. But you know, since we get a lot of drafts and stuff there, it's not too good. But got to break her in and get her ready for next winter, because next winter we'll be using her. And tell you the truth, guys, I might even build a little shelf for this. I'm a little bit worried about the wheels. This thing can just roll real simple, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a shelf. It's going to have to be a big shelf because it has to get air back there. It's got to have, you know, decent gappage. So I might just actually make it where it's, you know, about halfway off the wall. That should be more than enough air gap because it's going to pull air all the way around. And then I'm going to actually strap it. Like, I'll put some nails in the studs, and I'm not going to use straps, but I'm going to find some kind of something. I know that they make metal stuff like this, but in the flexible stuff. I got that on my plumbing pipe down in the basement. When I put that washer pipe in, you guys remember that video? I had put one of those on there, but it was the thin stuff. It was really bendable. I'm going to run across that across it, and then that'll secure it. But that works nice. Now it's cold over here, but you know, see, the thing is there's a gap here too, and it's not insulated too well either. So you're never going to really get, and plus you're never going to get the full 15 amps for that anyway. So, but it's not bad though. I'm standing. I mean, it feels good because I'm standing in front of it. That's what I like about it. That thing could never really produce. I'm going to actually maybe roll this ahead a little bit more, so maybe we can get a little more air. And then we're going to turn this up. We'll go straight to 75. You know, got to test it a little bit, so. But I don't even need it that hot. I mean, I think I could get away with it being on 60 or 65, maybe even 70. Not even 70. If you wanted to heat the whole shop, you'd have to have it probably all. I think the highest it would go is 86 degrees, or 86 Fahrenheit. So you know, that's full out blast power right there. So that's what you would need. But see, another reason why this is not working too well is because it's already instantly sucking cold air in, and it's cold. It's actually cooling them down. So if the air wasn't so cold in here, it'd be doing a lot better. Now, see, now it's probably sucking air from up in there, and all that's cold. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm actually going to let this run. I'm going to go grab my t-shirt. I got an old shirt, and I'm going to go throw it up there. And then that maybe will help it a little bit. But I'm going to cut you guys off for a minute, and then I'm going to go run and grab my old shirt and throw it up in there. So give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, so welcome back. So this will just be a quick video. And I just threw an old t-shirt up there. I'm not sure if that'll do much better, but you don't see as much daylight now. So now we're going to shut this bad boy down. It's doing okay. I think once we insulate it, it'll be a little better. But what we're going to do is we're going to... Actually, what we're going to do... Oh, shit. Is, go to 80. And then... for a couple of minutes. I don't think it'll do much more than that. We can just max it right out. Yeah. E6 is as high as it'll go. So we'll just go right back down to 60. And we'll just let this thing start cooling down, because we're going to shut her down here pretty quick. Okay. And that can start to cool down. But anyways, I think it does a lot better than this thing, but you know, we have to put insulation and stuff on the walls and stuff. But yeah, new heater for the shot. It only costed me $30, and originally it was like 200 something. So that's a pretty good deal. But see, it's always so constantly cold in here. This thing would just keep running. It would never turn off. And I don't think it does. I don't know if it has like overheating protection on it. I think it does, but it'll never really overheat in here anyway because it's too cold. So we're shutting her down, so we'll let her cool down on her own here. So next time I want to use this, I don't want it to be 6 degrees is probably good enough. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this off. Okay, so the heater went off. That lights came up, but the fan is still running. Now the fan's going to cool it down, but it's going to suck plenty of cold air, so it's going to cool down. So, but it works pretty good, guys. You can probably hear the wind coming out, so it's cooling down. The lights just got a heck of a lot brighter now too. So I'll turn it back on. Yeah, see, we're losing out on power because of the lights and stuff. So that's why we need to get it on, put this on its own power cord. So we're gonna have to run another. I could just run simply another 15 amp extension cord, but you know you're gonna lose amperage along the way. So I think I'm just gonna run that 20 amp wire out here and be done with it, and that will just be used for this mostly. But I'm gonna probably also buy some insulation. I know I'm gonna buy the insulation kit for the doors. Make the doors a little more airtight. So that's already getting cold already because it's so cold in here that's going to cool off instantly. But it was really nice though because I wasn't freezing my ass off because all the heat was hitting me. It wasn't just going and rising, right? Because you know it's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna bounce off the floor and go straight up into the ceiling, and you know, with that stupid thing. Now I turned it off and it's back to being cold in here again. So that works out pretty good. This might be the new heater for the shop once we get her insulated a little better. And if I really had to, I could even run both heaters. Come on, phone. Why are you not focusing here? My phone's not focusing for some reason here. Come on. What the hell's wrong with my phone today? I don't know what's wrong with my phone, but yeah, see? Just turned off. Because now it's cooled off. So we'll let that cool down a little more. But if I ever had to, I could run both of those. Because, you know, this is going to probably be on its own duty now. And then that one could just be hooked up to that. And that would be double heating right there for the shop. But, you know, these things take a lot of electricity to heat too, right? So I don't want to use them a lot. But it'd just be good for on those days when you have to make a video or something, you know. Or if you had to work on something, you could. So that's the brand of the heater, if you guys have ever heard of that. So that's what I got. Works pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Didn't even cook the cords or nothing, so but we'll let the breaker at the house cool down because I'm sure that's been working fairly well too. I think this one draws a little bit more power now than what this thing. I mean, we can even plug this in. Now, you guys remember how dark it got in here before. We'll do a comparison. Oh, maybe it'll be the same. See, it went a little darker, but not by much. So, well, both the same, maybe, I don't know. Well, actually, what we could do is run this for a few minutes, maybe to get that oil. So this is what I hate about this heater, is that this heater takes forever to warm up. I would have to wait about an hour to even get anything out of this. I mean, I've had this on for not even 30 minutes, and it's decently warm in this little corner. It's not too bad, but it'll be a real test for it, you know, once you try to heat the whole shop, right? Right now we're just heating a little corner, so it's not too bad. So, but yeah, they had it in a black color, a light wood color, and I think my sister said there was something else, but that's what she got. But this is what I got. So, fairly cheap. I mean, you can see why it's $200. I mean, this, you know, it's got. I don't think that's real wood, but you know, it's probably not cheaply made. I don't think so. Yeah, see here, it's got the filter on the back, which you have to keep clean every once in a while. Extension cord. See, it says here 120 volt AC, 1500 watts. Somewhere on here it said the amperage. See, you can hear that oil already starting to cook. So this heater does much better because I'm not heating up oil. Well, it said on here somewhere it was 15 amps. So maybe you guys can probably see it. But whatever, I know it was a lot more powerful than what I got now. It's still 1500 watts, which is I think this is what this one is. Now, this is full power. I mean, this is full 1500 amps. Plus the temperature's turned all the way up. And I'm not even getting anything yet. You can hear the oil cooking. Because see, all the oil settles down at the bottom, has to heat up, has to work its way through the coils, you know, and that. This is just instantly heating, and that's it. So I'm not going to leave it back here because it's too nice right now to do that. I'm not sure how this filter comes off. I'm sure it's fairly easy. But whatever, I don't need to take it off yet anyway. It's not dirty. So yeah, they had these sitting around for like a month. And they would never claim their load, so the company that my sister works for said that if they don't claim their loads out after a month or something like that, then the load is theirs. So they got a load of heaters. I mean, they had a shit load of these heaters too, like a big 18-wheeler full of them. And the trucker never claimed the load or whatever. The company never claimed the load, so they went. So my sister's company got these, and they're selling them for much cheaper, $30. They're also selling some kind of air freshener dewies or something for the fridges, you know, for your fridge and your car and stuff. They're selling those for like $15. So, but you know, this is fairly nice. I like it. You know, it's a little more. It's more powerful than what this is. That's only 12 and a half. This is 15 amps. So this is going to be a lot nicer. Going to be a lot nicer to have. But yeah, we got this heater. This one going down here. And the top fins are not even warm yet. You can hear the oil cooking. But you know another thing too, that's going to get freezing cold too, because it's laying on the floor. This would be put up on a bench or something, on a table or something, right? So this will probably be used plenty next year. I might even shove it down in the basement and test it down there. At least there I can put it under full load and give it a good workout. I mean, I gave it a good workout in the house and in here in the shop. So it did fine, but got a breaker in. If you see my welder, I haven't ran my welder all winter either, so I don't know if that'll even start up come spring, but we gotta do some welding videos too. So but yeah, I like this heater, boys. My camera's not focusing. Stupid thing. There we go. Yeah, so that's the new heater for the shop. Like I said, I'm not gonna use it probably anymore in here because they're talking a little bit warmer weather. I think it's gonna be warm enough now where I may not even have to run the heaters, or if I have to, I could just simply run that for a little while. Plus, this thing's just too damn nice to leave it out here and get all shitty. So, take it in the house, break it in. And once it gets crappy looking like this one is here, this one's pretty crappy looking. It's got dust in the fins and and stuff, you know, and crap like that. And she's pretty wore out too. So, but it works pretty good, guys. I'm happy with it. That's what I got for $30. This will be the new shop heater. Maybe we'll get to use it next winter. I'm hoping to at least insulate the doors come fall or spring anyway, and maybe we'll try to figure something out there. I don't know. It depends on what's going on with the plumbing bullshit. I got to figure out that. So, hopefully we can get that figured out. I got a feeling I'm going to be spending all my money on plumbing shit when I really want to be spending it on something more useful, because shouldn't be having all these plumbing issues, but we are. So yeah, guys, I guess if I would take off. See, now I'm just starting to get, these things are just starting to warm up now. And we're 10 minutes into this already of this running, so, you know. So, I mean, this would heat up a nice small little area. I mean, like if you had a bathroom or something of this size, which we do, well, a little bit bigger than this, but something like that would do fine. Something like that would do fine also, but I don't know. We'll see how she does next winter. It'll be a little bit better in here because we are going to put some insulation stuff up. Then I do have I know that's not the best insulation, guys, but it will slow it down good enough. That's probably going to have to come out anyway again, because I'm probably going to have to run my other cord through that. I might even just run that on the ground and run it over here. I don't know yet, but because I want this heater to be on its own thing, so I'm at least getting 15 amps to it. Because, you know, who knows what we're on. Because, you know, we're not getting a lot through this. Fucking phone. So, we're not getting a lot through this. So, yeah. So, anyway, guys, I guess I'm going to probably take off. Figured to show you the nice little new heater I got. And, I'm going to maybe test it in the house. Put it in the basement, put it under a good load there. And at least there I can get a full 15 amps put to it. And then it should serve its purpose. But we'll shut this down because there's really... I mean, it's getting warm now, but this thing just takes too damn long. It doesn't really heat anything. So, yeah. I'm just going to turn that off. See, and another thing with this one, my cord gets warm. It's all warm along here, so I don't know what's up with that. Maybe this cord's just too underpowered for it. I mean, it's only just a double. It's only got the dual thingies on there. This one's got the triples. Let me see. It's got, this is for the new heater. That's got the triples, and this is the old one. So that's why it's probably why it's only 12.5 amps. It's not a big heater, but it worked fairly well for the shop. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that this new one would do much better than this one, but at least it's a little bit nicer looking, and it's a little bit more powerful, and I am probably going to put another cord back here too, so you know, it won't be exactly a 20 amp, but it'll at least be a 15 amp, and then that should be fine. I have to probably get a couple of rolls of that stuff, because I think that only comes in like 100-foot rolls, and I'm probably going to need at least probably 25 feet of it to come off from the basement, and then underground, and then come through here, and then stuff. And I think down there could use a little bit more foam, because you can still see daylight coming through, so you know it's leaking there as well. But yeah, so guys, I'm going to take off. Let me know what you think of the new heater I got for cheap. Pretty damn dirt cheap, I would say. And I might not use it anymore now. Well, I might use it in the basement, but that's about it. It's already getting so freaking dirty, but you know, whatever. So, but yeah. So anyway, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.